The metal firebird rise within the ashes tonight, throughout this ritual tonight of the shadow night, of the shadow night sky, of the shadow night sky, of the flare of the moonlight tonight. The metal firebird, the metal firebird, the metal firebird, the metal firebird rise within the ashes of the moonlight, rises in with ashes from the moonlight tonight, of this ritual of the night, the ritual of the night, the ritual of the night of the shadow night sky, of the ritual of the moonlight, the ritual of the moonlight, the tribute of the ritual of the moonlight, tribute of the ritual of the moonlight, which we cannot control, but we cannot control at all, we cannot control at all. The rising of the flare, the rising of the flare of the metal firebird, the rising of the flare of the metal firebird, the rising of the flare of the metal firebird, the rising of the flare of the metal firebird, of the night, of the shadow night sky, of the shadow night sky, of this ritual night, the ritual night, the ritual night, the metal firebird of the ritual of the night, the metal firebird of the ritual of the night, of the night, of this night, of the night, of the night, my love, tonight. This is an uncontrollable ritual, uncontrollable ritual, uncontrollable ritual, because this is a firebird like no other. This is the firebird of Ra, like no other. 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 The firebird of Ra, the firebird of Ra. The firebird of Ra, the firebird of Ra. The firebird of Ra, tonight, on this moonlight night of the metal firebird tonight. The metal firebird rises within the flames, of this never-ending night, never-ending night. The metal firebird rises within the night, throughout this metal firebird night of the never-ending night, never-ending, never-ending, never-ending night, never-ending, never-ending, never-ending of the ritual of the night. Of the metal firebird tonight rises within the flare, rises within the flare, rises within the flare tonight. This is the metal firebird of the flare of Ra, the flare of Ra, the flare of Ra. The metal firebird of the flare of Ra, the metal firebird of the flare of Ra, the metal firebird of the flare of Ra, the metal firebird of the flare of Ra tonight. The metal firebird of the flare of Ra, the flare of Ra of the moonlight, the flare of Ra of the moonlight tonight, of this night, which is an uncontrollable ritual of this night, my love, tonight, uncontrollable ritual. The metal firebird cannot be controlled tonight. The metal firebird cannot be controlled tonight, my love, tonight. The metal firebird cannot be controlled tonight. Tonight, my love, tonight, throughout this night of the moonlight, flare of the shadows, of the flary of the shadow night sky, of the moonlight, of the rising of the flare, of the rising of the flare, the rising of the flare, the rising of the flare of Ra, the rising of the flare of Ra,